Hello guys, hope you're doing alright. I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tom. For those just joining us, this is only my second YouTube video. My first went out on the weekend, which was a review of the BMW iX and just a small introduction to myself. This video is not going to be as long as that. I'm just going to give you a little walk around of my car, which is a 2021 Mini Clubman Works. I'm going to tell you why I chose the car, what I like about it, what I dislike about it, which is not a lot to be honest. I absolutely love the car. I got it in July last year from the late David Bimmerdeals King from Bury Mini Croydon. I've done around 9,000 miles in the 7 months of ownership so far. I absolutely adore it. It is just my dream car, to be honest. I'm a 4-time Mini owner, this being my 4th. I've had 2 hatchbacks, one being a Cooper S and one being a John Cooper Works, and a Mini Pacement in between them. So without any further ado, here's my car. Here it is then guys, it is my 2021 Mini Clubman Works in Rebel Green. The car is absolutely filthy and I will apologise for that. However, I did think about getting it cleaned, but by the time I'd driven up here, it would just be absolutely filthy. You may notice a change of location. As you'd have heard from that intro, it was absolutely blowing a gale up where I was filming, so I've just moved down to this location where it's a bit sunnier and you can really see the colour of the car. As we move into the front then, you'll see Mini's traditional honeycomb grille. This came onto cars 2019 onwards. It has the red stripe there showing you that it's a John Cooper Works model along with the badge. Underneath you've got a hell of a lot of cooling, a lot of vents, radiators, that kind of thing. It is powered by a 4-cylinder 2-litre petrol engine, so with that you do need a lot of cooling as it produces 306 brake horsepower and 450 newton meters of torque, which is a hell of a lot to be gaining from that engine. Obviously it does need all that cooling, which you can see in there. What it also has is the new black badges and black surrounds around the headlights. This came as standard on 2021 John Cooper Works models and is a really nice contrast against the green. I've never been a big fan of chrome, and on my old car I did black these out with some retrofitted parts from Mini. Coming down the side of the car, you notice on this I've got the 18-inch John Cooper Works wheels. These are protecting some rather large brakes. You'll see the red caliper in there with the John Cooper Works logo on them. It's a really nice touch, just makes the car look really sporty, and I do like the contrast between the caliper and the roof. As we come down the side then, one thing you will notice is this belt line here. As standard it is in chrome. However, I've just got a kill all chrome belt line kit just to stealth it out a bit. I think you'll agree it looks absolutely lovely with the black door handles and all the other black features on the car. Rear wheel is absolutely filthy, so we'll skim over that and bring you to the back. Now the back of this car is one thing I absolutely love. You'll see there we've got the traditional Union Jack tail lights, which is standard on all Mini models now. One small modification you'll notice is my Maxton design spoiler lip. I got this a couple of weeks ago and just had it sprayed in chili red colour. Just gives that back end a little something. I don't know if you can see, but the standard spoiler underneath there, there's not much to it really. So for around, I think it was around 100 quid and to get it sprayed, I think it's a really nice mod just to give it a bit of something. So I just thought I'd show you a little party trick with the back of the car. If I hold the unlock button on the boot, it does just pop open like so. It's not electrically operated, it is just on 2 really strong gas struts, so you can't close it with a button. But it does reveal the 360 litre boot in here. You'll see it is For a Mini, this boot is absolutely brilliant. Can get absolutely loads in there, especially with the seats down as well. It does produce a really flat load without much of a lip there, really. If you can see there, not much of a lip. If I just shut this back up, like so, you'll see the rest of the back of the car. You'll see down here the little diffuser, doesn't really do much, to be honest, and the two sports exhaust tips just there. The left tip is valved, if you can see the little valve in there. In sport mode it does pop open to create a really nice sound. I know cars aren't sounding as good as they used to, but this car does sound really good on acceleration. And changing up, it doesn't have the sort of fart noise which some cars have, but it really does sound good on acceleration. You also notice my custom plate down here. I've had this made just to fit the recess of the car from my employee's #1 plates. This particular shape isn't on the website yet, however it is being added. There's currently around 7 or 8 different Mini shapes, so if you do have a Mini, just check out our website and you can find something for your car on there. You'll also see above it the little reversing camera. The camera is super crisp on the car, it really does help you navigate. You'll also see on here the black badges, the black Clubman and the chrome John Cooper Works logo. I really do like these two being in black and that standing out in chrome, just to show everyone that is the John Cooper Works model if they've not already heard it. As we come around the other side of the car then, pretty much business as usual. Very similar to the other side as you'd expect. Just the fuel cap there, which is the main difference. We'll just jump inside the car now. As you'll notice, it is shot on a different location. I'm sure you can appreciate, as I've said, filming this week has been a bit of a nightmare with the wind. Until I get my sort of proper equipment to film, it is just done up on my phone, so I do appreciate you bearing with me with the quality of the video and the sound. So as we move into the side of the car then, you will see it is the Chester Malt Brown interior in here. I'd had the John Cooper Works sports seats for 3 years previously, and I just thought it was time for a change. I also wanted to go for quite a traditional vibe with the car. The green and the tan is something I'm really loving at the minute. It may age, but I only think it'll age gracefully. It's quite a traditional thing. You'll notice my driving seat there is quite close to the front of the rear seat. I am 6'4", and that seat is not actually in the fully back driving position. But one thing with Minis is I've always been able to get more comfortable in them than any other car, really. I've had a Seat Leon in the past, as I just shut that door there. I've had a Seat Leon in the past, and it's never been as spacious as a Mini. Even like the Mini hatches that I've had. There's just so much room to spread out. You're sort of laid on the floor a bit, but I definitely prefer it to being sort of sat upright, that kind of thing. Being laid down, it is really comfy and it makes it really easy to drive actually. So you join me inside the car. As I've said, it's just a little walk around, just telling you about the car. We're not actually going to be driving anyway just yet. That is going to be a separate video, which I hope you can join me for. Give you a little driver's perspective, what I can see in here. Obviously you've got your passenger seat here, which has this extendable part here. I also have that, and I also have it pulled out. It's really crucial for long journeys, that kind of thing, keeping you comfy, especially with me being 6'4". You've got various vents there. Coming around, you'll see it's quite a long dash. It's got this sort of panel there, which is probably, what, 40 centimetres, that kind of thing. Just to the front of the windscreen, it has the little Mini logo there, just to remind you what you are driving. The rear view mirror then, some people complain about the view out of this. However, as you can see what's behind you, despite that panel being there in between the doors. Up here you've got your controls for the lights, you've got the door lights, and you've also got your changeable ambient lighting. It's going to change it into all sorts of colours, but I do keep it red just to match the roof of the car. Whether that's OCD, I'm not too sure. You've got Mini's new infotainment system down here, which is touchscreen. you can swipe along things. You've got weather, news updates, that kind of thing. Rather large sat nav. You've also got Apple CarPlay, which is wireless. I know in a lot of cars still you are having to wire up your phone to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but this car does it well with it being wireless. Down here you've got your climate controls, which are auto. You can just put them into auto and the car does the magic for you. You'll notice it's got the heated seats there and the big start-stop button, which is standard in all Minis. As we come back then, you will see the automatic transmission. It is an 8-speed auto. You can flick it over into sport, which changes the speed of the gears, and it also revs a lot higher. However, I do keep it in normal most of the time. In sport, you can also change it going forward and back there, as well as the flappy paddles on the steering wheel. Steering wheel wise, you'll notice it is Mini's new Napa leather steering wheel. I chose to get this heated, which is operated by a button down here. It does keep your hands warm, especially in the climate we're living in at the minute. It is absolutely freezing, especially up here in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. In front of me then, you've got the digital driver's display as Mini introduced on the Mini Electric in 2019. It gives you everything you need on there. Your fuel consumption, your miles, which are touching 9,000 now, as I've said. It shows you your fuel as well and the outside temperature. Little John Cooper Works logo, which I love. It does change in different driving modes to different colours. The standard driving mode, it goes to sort of a greeny blue colour, which I'm not a massive fan of. However, it is what it is. I do normally keep the car in sport, so it is this red and black colour most of the time. Down here then, we have got the window controls, all electric of course, the mirror controls and the child lock button there. On this steering wheel, they do look like touch sensitive, but they are actually buttons. As you can see, I'm pressing there. Voice activation. Your phone buttons, as usual, on the John Cooper Works logo. Just there. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I've not waffled on too long about my own car. I could talk about it for hours. Trust me, I love it that much. However, as I've said, I wanted to keep this video quite short and quite sweet. I know a few of you may be thinking how much I paid for the car. I got the car in July last year and paid $37,000 for it. However, I didn't pay the full amount. Thanks to the late David King, he gave me an incredible dealer contribution of £5,000, leaving it around $32,000. If you are on the lookout for a BMW or Mini, then do give his business partner Tony Lewis a shout on Instagram. I'll leave a link to his profile below it, which is at TRL Deals. I'm sure Tony will look after it and give you a really good deal on any Mini or BMW. So for now, I'd like to thank those who've already subscribed, liked, commented. I take any comments on board, with it negative or positive. I try to turn them positive into some sort of constructive criticism, that kind of thing. However, I've not received one of them yet. I'm sure I'll get better at this. I'm already feeling more confident in doing it. I feel definitely a lot more confident talking about my own car and Minis. Minis are going to be a main feature of this channel. As I've said, I have owned 4. Hopefully in the next few weeks I'm going to be visiting UK Minis. Just have a look around a few classics and maybe give one a drive. I'm really keen to get behind a classic Mini. I have been in one when I was about 6-year-old, when I was about 3 foot, something like that. So yeah, it is going to be based along sort of Minis, that kind of thing, but you never know. I'm hoping to get out reviewing more cars, that kind of thing, and see where it goes really. But for now, I'll leave you there. Hope you have a great week. I'll catch you next week for a video, all being well. So cheers guys, thanks for watching, bye bye.